Greetings, Pokemon fans and friends, and welcome back to Pokedex Runner. Today, we're going to be doing a playthrough of Pokemon Blue with Charmander. Our previous playthrough was with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur had some very good results. We predicted it would be about an hour and 30 minutes, and we ended up getting it done in an hour and 14 minutes and 20 seconds. So very, very good results, 15 minutes faster than I thought it'd be. So today, we're going to find out how good or bad Charmander will do in a playthrough. But before we can do that, we got to go ahead and dive into the stats of this Pokemon. So they are as follows. HP is 39, Attack is 52. Defense is 43, Special is 50, and Speed is 65. So this Pokemon has good speed, and its attack and special are okay. And we're going to see if that trend continues when we evolve into Charmeleon. We'll do that at level 16. Charmeleon stats are as follows. HP is 58, Attack is 64, Defense is 58, Special is 65, and Speed is 80. So Speed is still the dominant stat here. But Special and Attack, like I said, aren't too bad. They're pretty good. And then our final evolution is Charizard. We get there at level 36. HP is 78, Attack is 84, Defense is 78, Special is 85, and Speed is 100. Now this is where in Generation 2 the Special split is very beneficial to some Pokemon. Look at the Special Attack. That would be amazing to have with a Fire-type Pokemon in Generation 1. But we don't. We just have 85 is not horrible, but it definitely be a lot better to have 109 than 85. However, it is what it is. Let's go and go over the moveset for this Pokemon real quick, and then we'll give a prediction, and we'll dive right into the playthrough. So, this Pokemon will start off with Scratch, 40 base power, 100% accurate. It is one of the better starter moves, I would say. I mean, it's not a great move, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure Bulbasaur has Tackle, and I think Squirtle also has Tackle. So I think this is a much better move than Tackle. It's more powerful, it's 40 base power, and accuracy is 100 rather than 95. Growl will lower the opposite's attack. Ember is the first stab move we can get. We will get this at level 8, 40 base power, 100% accurate with stab at 60. So it's a pretty good move. It does phase itself out, and there's a huge gap in this Pokemon between fire-type moves. So we have, look at level 9, and then for Charizard it's 46, but I think it's like 30-something for Charmander. I'm showing you Charizard's moveset here. We also learn Leer. Leer will lower the opposite's defense. Doubt will be used. Rage will definitely not be used. Once you click Rage, I don't know if you've played Generation 1 recently, but when you click Rage, you can't click anything else till the battle's over. So it locks you in, and it's not really a very powerful move. If you get attacked, it does build on it, but this has only been useful, in my opinion, with one Pokemon, which is like Kangaskhan. Because Kangaskhan, it's Stab, and it also is great because it doesn't run out of power points. You just click it one time, and you use that through the entire battle. Okay? Slash is another move we can use. It's 70 base power, 100% accurate. It critical hits almost every time, so it's very powerful, and it'll definitely get a lot of utility over Ember in the mid game. We will get Flamethrower as well, 95 base power, 100% accurate. It's 138 with stab. Very useful move. It's much better than another move we can use. Like Fire Spin's garbage, so don't even consider that move. It misses a lot. It is like a trap move. I don't like it at all. I don't even think this move should exist. I can't stand this move personally. Flamethrower is a million times better than Fire Spin. So level up moveset, could we beat the game with this? Sure. But we could definitely do a lot better on our moves, which is why it's great that this Pokemon has a very elaborate and extensive TM moveset. So one move we can get kind of, not like early, but right after the first gym is Mega Punch. 80 base power, 85% accurate. It has use, but it's not a long-term use because it's inaccuracy. Swords Dance is a great move. It will do the badge boost. So every time it's initiated, it will do our attack stat up by 2 stages. So it makes our attack stat very good. But it also does the badge boost. If you don't know what the badge boost is, you look in the description down below. I'm pretty sure I have it there. Mega Kick is not going to be used at all. Like 75 base powers is not useful at all. So I don't want to use it. Toxic not going to be used. Body Slam, very useful. It is an upgrade over Mega Punch. And it is a move we'll probably use from the middle of the game on until the end of the game. It's very powerful, 85 base power, 100% accurate. When we do Swords Dance and our badge boost, this move will become very useful, especially against one specific Pokemon that Lance is wandering around with. So that's a good move to have. We get that on the SSN. Takedown, Double Edge. Double Edge could be used, but there's recoil, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. Hyper Beam, same thing. I try to avoid it because it's only 5 power points. It's not 100% accurate. In Generation 1, it does not make you have to recharge if you knock out the opposition, so that's some benefit to it. But that's only like a break glass in case of emergency kind of move. Submission counter, not going to use. Seismic Toss will be used because it's a set damage move. It does 1 damage for every level you are. So it's going to be it's useful in a couple battles where you know you just need X amount of damage to finish off the opposition. Rage, like I said, not going to use. Dragon Rage is horrible. Not going to use. Dig and Earthquake will be used. Dig will be used first because it's available. It's actually probably what's going to get us through Misty. 100 base power, 100% accurate. And then Earthquake will be used later. It's just better. It doesn't take 2 turns. It's quicker. So both do the same power, so there's nothing different. The only difference is with Dig, the other opposition can do something to work around your attack, whereas Earthquake's just immediate. However, in Generation 1, Earthquake does not hit things that are underground. So if something else is using Dig, it won't hit it. Okay, it doesn't work that way in Generation 1. Mimic is a move where you can mimic a move from the opposition. We use this it was very useful in the Bulbasaur playthrough. I don't think Mimic's going to be very useful here, but it's definitely a move that I can consider using because it can have some use and some utility in a playthrough. Double Team, Reflect, Abide, not going to use. Fire Blast, very powerful, but we're probably not going to use with this Pokemon. Flamethrower is a lot more useful, and with the Badge Boost glitch going into effect, we're probably not going to need a more powerful. If we didn't have it, yeah, let's use a more powerful move. Roll the dice on missing, but we're not going to use it. It only has 5 base power too, so you can't even beat a whole team with it sometimes. What I will say is, like, this is just like with water Pokemon, Hydro Pump and Surf. Use Surf because more reliable, more power points. It's still stab, so it's still very powerful, but it's just a more reliable move than the Hydro Pump. And in this case, Flamethrower is more reliable than Fire Blast. Swift, not going to use. There's no point. It'd be useful if we didn't have access to Body Slam, but we do, so there's no point in having it. Swift, not going to, like I said, not going to use Skull Bash, not going to use Rest, Substitute, Cut. Fly or Strength will not be used with this Pokemon. So, what does that mean for this Pokemon in a playthrough? Let's go ahead and go back to the original slide, and we'll go ahead and give a prediction. So, this Pokemon has a lot of things going for it. It gets access to Swords Dance after Ghost Tower, or Pokemon Tower, whatever you want to call it. So, that can be used on every gym after that. So, it does make up for some things. It's a lack of special. And it does have a very broad moveset, way broader than Bulbasaur. This is one of the reasons why I said Bulbasaur's not the best, because this Pokemon learns Ember at level 8, or 9. Bulbasaur learned Vine Whip at level 13. Ember has, 25 power points. Bulbasaur's Vine Whip only had 10, so there's an advantage there. Not the heals off, and Scratch is more powerful than Tackle. We also get access to Mega Punch pretty early, access to Dig. So those are 2 moves I can use and help get by gyms. Bulbasaur doesn't need those moves to get by gyms, but it needs more moves so it doesn't go back and heal as often. So I think this will do better than Bulbasaur. I think we'll get this done between an hour and 5 minutes. That's my conservative guesstimation. My very pie in the sky, hoping like we can get it done as fast, like under an hour, would be great. But I think between an hour and 5 minutes is definitely gonna be the goal here. We won't have to do as much early because we don't have to grind and get a move. We don't have problems against the early Pokemon trainers. So that's going to be a huge advantage for this Pokemon. I think that's going to give it a time gap, and it's going to grow that time over time, I should say. That's my prediction. I think this will be done, like I said, between an hour and 5 minutes. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget, this is a new channel, so commenting, liking, subscribing will get this out to more people. And then the channel can grow, and it can grow fast. Just like the fire growing behind me right now. So enjoy the Charmander playthrough. Let the games begin. As per tradition, we will start out in Professor Oak's lab. He has given us a Charmander. Our rival, his name is Lycansub, has selected a Squirtle for obvious reasons. We tried to go for a naming scheme of Star Wars with these 3 starters. So I tried to fit Charmandalorian in there, but all I got was Charmando. So the next playthrough I have is Squirtle. I don't have a good Star Wars themed one named for him. So if you think of any good ones, let me know in the comment section down below. But we do get a pretty easy, convincing win over our rival. And we're going to progress right on to Bug Forest. Bug Forest, we don't want to go in here too early because our attacks won't do that much. I mean, we're 2 levels higher in Scratches, taking 3 shots to knock out a Weedle. But if we were lower level, it might take more. And Weedles have a move called Poison Sting, and we can get poisoned, and we might get knocked out or might faint trying to get back to a Poke Center. And I didn't want to stop and buy a whole bunch of antidotes or anything. But we do win, and we do actually level up to level 9 when we get Ember. Now, Ember will make a lot of these battles pretty obsolete if we use it. In that case, we use Scratch. And it also should make it obsolete, but for some reason this Kakuna here does not go down to 1 Ember. It's very odd to me, but we get the knockout nonetheless. Do level up to level 10, we beat this Weedle. We're going to move right on to one more Bug Catcher, and then we're going to go right on to our rival. Now, a lot of Pokemon YouTubers do not play the second rival battle. They call it Rival 1B. I believe it's mandatory. I think you're supposed to face it. I think you need to face it. Some Pokemon can blitz right through it. Some Pokemon are going to have struggles. So this Pokemon has a struggle, and I'm going to explain why. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. So unlike your other two starter Pokemon, Charmander has the biggest disadvantage in this battle. Okay, first off, Pidgey sucks anyway. It's a horrible Pokemon. It always sand attacks you and can lower your accuracy. So it always makes this battle, leaves it too much to chance in my opinion, unless you have like electric type and just knocks it out in one go. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the Squirtle in this game, in this battle, actually has a water move. Whereas every other starter, you don't deal with a stab super effective move against you until the third rival battle. So in this one, Charmander obviously is dealing with Squirtle, gets Bubble level 8. Whereas Bulbasaur does not have to deal with the Charmander with Ember because it's facing at level 8, not level 9. And that's when Charmander gets Ember as level 9. And then the same thing when we play through the Squirtle in the next playthrough I do, Squirtle's going to have that advantage where Bulbasaur does not have Vine Whip. All it's going to have is Leech Seed, Tackle, and Growl. So advantage here does not go to Charmander in this battle. But Charmander is a good Pokemon just overall, so it does get through the battle even with the accuracy drops. Now, this battle does go way too much to chance. Scratch looks like it's going to be about a 4-shot. It goes for Bubble. If it went for Bubble every time, we probably would not win this battle with the sand attacks that we endured. But its RNG keeps going for Tackle. It goes for a couple tail whoops there. It really just randomizes the moves. So very lucky battle, but good nonetheless. We do win the battle. We do level up, and we're going to go right on to Brock's gym. We're going to face this Million Light Years trainer. I should have gone for Scratch here, not Ember. Diglett has a decent special, so it's going to resist that attack. Yeah, if I had gone for physical attack, it probably would have been a lot quicker. And then this Sandshrew is really not much of an issue, other than the fact it's going to sand attack us into oblivion. But we eventually do get the knockout, and we move right on the Brock. Now Brock, there's two Pokemon, and you have two different strategies. We're going to go for a Growl immediately on the Geodude. Wakanda forever! Because we don't want him to do any damage to us, and he's going to go for either Tackle or he's going to go for Defense Curl. Defense Curl doesn't do anything, because we're not going to use a physical move, we're going to use a special move. It's got a low special, even though it's rock, it's resisted. We get the knockout pretty quick with it, and we take no damage from Geodude. But Onix is different. We're going to go for Ember, and then whenever it initiates a move called Bide, we're going to go for Growl. Bide, if you don't know what it does takes the damage we do over 2 or 3 turns to it and doubles it back to us. It can be a very trolly move, but we're going to go for Growl when it's initiated, so it does no damage. And then we're going to go for Ember whenever we have the opportunity. And we get a pretty easy, pretty convincing win over Brock. And we're going to move right on to Route 3. Now, Route 3 doesn't have a lot of things going for it when it comes to, it's just trainer battles. And I don't show a lot of these, so this is why I'm showing it early. But it's just showing a lot of trainer battles. But I do want to show the evolution of Charmander and Charmeleon, just so you know it got done. You're going to see it. I know you watch Pokemon, you know how it progresses. But I'll at least show that it did evolve. We evolved into Charmeleon, very good. Now the rest of the battles here are pretty trivial, so I'll just talk about some other things. If you haven't already, this is a new channel, and I have an old channel. It's called JD's Nerdverse. This channel is called Pokedex Runner. I'm playing through the Pokedex in order, and I'm also playing through with a set of rules and better graphics, and at least a better layout, I should say. If you watched my previous channel, which is JD's Nerdverse, it's still making videos on that, and I'm going to keep doing that until at least finish Generation 2, and we'll see what goes from there. Really, the biggest thing with this channel is I just want to solely dedicated to playing Pokemon is what the goal is. So, and we're going to play through in order the Pokedex. If you haven't already read that in the description, the next Pokemon you'll know every time. Every video I have right now is Charmander. The next Pokemon is going to be Squirtle. The next Pokemon after that is going to be, I believe it's Caterpie. So, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're doing with this playthrough. And in Mount Moon, this is where Charmander has an advantage over Bulbasaur. And I think Squirtle has the same advantage that Charmander has. Where in here we can get a little bit more things out of this Pokemon, and we have a lot of power points, so we can fight battles, not have to go out and heal. So that's good. We do pick up a rare candy. There is an escape rope that we will use later at Bill's house. But the big thing about this Pokemon is it's able to actually get another move that Bulbasaur could not get. This is an advantage that Charmander and Squirtle get in Mount Moon. Is Squirtle can actually get 2 things. It can get Water Gun if it doesn't already have it via level up, and it can get Mega Punch. Charmander can't get Water Gun, but it can get Mega Punch, which adds a whole nother move. It's an 80 base power move, It's 85% accurate, so it's not the greatest accuracy, but it is a good physical move, and it does have a purpose, and it does help us progress through the game with relatively, more power points and a relatively powerful move. We have decent attack stat, so it's a good move to have. So now we have literally 3 battles left. We have, after this trainer, I should say, we have the Rocket Raticate trainer. So we have to deal with him. He has a pretty strong Pokemon, but we'll knock it out pretty quick. And then we have one other Rocket member who he's just horrible. And then we have the Super Duper Nerd with the fossils. So I might slow it down here a little bit. I might actually pause it because we're gonna watch this battle here. And we're gonna Ember, knockout, Ember, not a knockout, but two-shot knockout. So now we're gonna face the Super Duper Nerd. I'm gonna pause it here. So this battle is the last battle in here. Now, because of the footage cutting I did, it goes right from this almost out of here immediately. So I will say we do grab the Dome Fossil. You may not see it, but I do want you to comment down below and ask which one I did. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. That is stolen from another YouTuber. I'm not stealing. I'm sorry. I'm giving him homage because it's such a great line. It's from a dry bread. If you've never watched him, I recommend it. He does a lot of playthroughs. He does new timers. He just does like, can we beat the game with this? But that's something he says every time he does Generation 1. He has you ask what fossil you pick. We will always pick the Dome Fossil, but I want you to comment down below which one did I pick, just to help you YouTube algorithm. This is how I know you're watching and listening. But we beat the Super Duper Nerd, and there we go. We beat him, we grab the fossil, and we progress right on. With Mount Moon in our rearview mirror, we're going to go into Celedon City and face our third rival battle. Our third rival is going to come out with this Pidgeotto. His Pidgey evolved into Pidgeotto. It's still going to use Sand Attack like it's paid to do it. And we only get hit with 1, and now we're still missing a lot of attacks. We've missed Ember like 3 times, but we knock it out, and now we're facing Abra. So Abra, there's nothing Abra can really do. It's going to go for Teleport over and over and over and over again. So all we got to do is hit it a couple times and knock it out. Even with the lower accuracy, Abra's not a problem. Rattata can be a problem. It's not a problem in this battle, but it can be. We do one-shot it, so that's good. Now Squirtle comes out. Mega Punch will make this a 2-shot. And we just got to hit it again. But that accuracy can really ruin this battle, but it doesn't in this case. We do get the first try victory, and we're going to move right on. We go ahead and go to Bill's house, and we pick up a move called Seismic Toss, and we're going to face this Rocket Trainer right here. This Rocket Trainer is going to give us a move that's going to make Misty a winnable battle. We're not going to be able to win it with Mega Punch. We're not going to be able to win it with Seismic Toss. At least I've never actually tried it with Seismic Toss, so it's possible, but I'd rather not leave things to chance. We have 69 experience points. Very nice. And we just got the move Dig, and the move Dig is going to help us win this battle. So Dig is 100 base power. It's 100% accurate. That's the move we're using right now against Misty. And it can knock it out, start you out in one go. That's not a problem. We do outspeed, so that's good. Now the Starmie, it's going to be a 2-shot. Now the question is, do we outspeed both times? So we just went first, and she just went first. So we are in an absolute speed tie. So if I had one more level, I'd have won this battle first try. But we're going to go for Dig again, so 1-shot in the Staryu. Starmie comes out, we're going to go for Dig again. Now, it goes for X-Defend. X-Defend's not good, because it stops our attack from doing a lot of damage. However, Seismic Toss does come in and finish off the job. So we beat Misty at level 28. We only took 2 tries to do it, so that's good. Now we're going to go leave her gym and progress right on towards the SSS Aqua. I'm sorry, SSS Ann. I've been playing a lot of Gen 2 lately, so SSS Aqua is in my mind. But we're facing Sandy. Sandy is a Pokemon trainer, has 3 Pidgeys. And I call her Sandy because the first one Sand Attack, actually, the whole battle can be very, very, very difficult. But we get the win, and now we're facing a trainer that just lets me make a nice little punny joke. We take the Spirit to 0, and we eradicate the Raticate in 2 shots. Get the win, 69 experience points again, very nice. And we're going to move right on to the SSS and we're going to go talk to this person here. Well, actually, we're going to fight him, but it looks like we talked to him. And now we're going to get the TM for Body Slam. Not exactly extremely necessary for this Pokemon. We probably can win the battle without it. However, Body Slam is 100% accurate and can paralyze and is 85 base power, whereas Mega Punch is only 80 base power, 85% accurate, and doesn't have any flinch things or anything like that. So Body Slam makes the Pidgeotto a 2-shot, makes the Raticate a 1-shot. Kadabra should also be a 1-shot. Does it 1-shot the Wartortle. Wartortle was actually pretty bulky. Squirtle line's got very good defense, but we get the knockout. Very easy win over our 4th rival battle. Yeah, 4th rival battle. And we're going to move right on to Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge is usually a pushover, and in this case, he definitely is. We are not evolved into Charizard, so we don't have the flying type, so big advantage for us. Body Slam Dig will just one-shot everything. It's a ground type. All of his Pokemon are weak to ground, and we get a one-shot on every single Pokemon. Beat Surge, he's kind of a cakewalk. He's kind of a joke, to be honest with you. Is a better way to put it. And now we're going to progress right on, and we're going to face Boomer the Hiker. He has 3 Geodudes, so they could explode at any moment. So this battle can be very Wally for some Pokemon. It's not Wally for us right now, because we have Dig. And there is an incident where we can dig, and sometimes the Pokemon goes for self-destruct, and we don't get touched at all. So very easy win over Boomer the Hiker. Now we're going to progress right on to Celedon City, where we do a whole bunch of errands. So we've skipped a little bit along. We are going to face this area of the game. We're facing this guy. He's not really an important battle. We do learn Slash. That's good. But we're going to go right on to Giovanni. That's what we're doing here. We don't need to showcase the rest of the rocket stuff. We're going to right to Giovanni, which is like I said, one of our landmark fights. We cannot do the Pokédoll glitch here, so I have to actually fight the battle. The Dig will one-shot it won't one-shot the Onix. That was very surprising. So Dig will two-shot. Dig and Ember combo with two-shot. Dig will one-shot the Rhyhorn, very good. Will it one-shot the Kangaskhan? Let's see. Nope, it won't. But Kangaskhan doesn't do too much. Comet Punch doesn't do a lot. Bite did, though. Bite critical hits. That could have been bad. But we beat Giovanni, and we're going to move right on to the next portion of the game. I think it's Erica's Gym. So we're going to move right on to Erica's Gym. We are Fire type. We do have the advantage, however, we do not have a great Fire type move. Ember, it does the job early, but the thing I don't like about Charmander is I think its gap between its first Fire move and its second is massive. So if you look at Squirtle gets Bubble to Water Gun, and actually can get Bubble Beam. So this is where Charizard has a little bit of a disadvantage. And if you look at, now we're evolving into Charizard, very nice. And this is where Bulbasaur gets Vine Whip at 13, and then it gets like level 30 or 31, it gets Razor Leaf. So there's a big gap for Charmander / Charizard / Charmeleon, where it goes from its first fire move to its second is a large gap. However, Slash is getting the job done. We are poisoned right now, so that's not great. But she only has one Pokemon left, that is Vileplume, which will be a two-shot. We can't get paralyzed, so getting poisoned wasn't the worst thing. So we do get the win, or we couldn't got put to sleep either. So Erica's a nice win, and we're going to go leave Erica's Gym, then face our 5th rival battle in the Pokemon Tower. This battle usually is pretty trivial, but he does have a decent amount of stuff here. So we're going to go for Body Slams and one-shot on the Pidgeotto. Growlithe is also a one-shot. Slash will knock it out. Execute, we can go for Slash as well. It's a one-shot, and Alakazam is a knockout. And we have one Pokemon left, that is the Wartortle. It shouldn't have anything crazy. Water-type moves. We do beat our rival. We beat him pretty handily. We will progress right on to Pokemon Tower. We've had a lot of events happen since Pokemon Tower. Obviously, we go to Pokemon Tower and get the Pokeflute. We went to Silphco to get 2 new moves, which I'll showcase here in a minute. We went and punched the Snorlax. We went for a bike ride. We went for a safari. So it's been pretty adventurous. But now we're going to face Koga, the Poison Gym leader. So here's what we did to our moveset. We went ahead and added Swords Dance. You can get Swords Dance on, I think it's the third or 7th level of floor of Silphco. And what it does is it modifies your attack stat by 2 stages. You can do it 3 times. It also does the badge boost glitch. That's not really helping us in this battle, but getting the boost in attack stats is really helpful. And then the other move we have, if it shows it goes too fast. Whatever, I'm not going to play it. Is Earthquake, which is the same as Dig. It just doesn't take 2 turns. It just does it all in one. So we get the knockout, very good. And now we're just going to sweep Koga's team. Coughing is going to be a one-shot. And now, do we level up? We do not level up. Wheezing will not be a one-shot. For somehow it hangs on. Very high defense to that Pokemon. We'll get the knockout. We take very little damage from Koga. We're going to move right from Koga onto Blaine. And my transition doesn't work here, so I'm a little upset about that. But it is what it is. And Blaine is, Dr. Robotnik-esque. He's going to come out with his Growlithe. We're going to set up Swords Dance. So now that we've beaten Koga's Gym, we actually have a boost in our speed when we do the badge boost. So Swords Dance will boost our speed and our attack stat and our defense. And we're going to one-shot everything. So now we've lost our speed, but we still have the physical attack stat. That's how it works. When you level up, the badge boost resets all your stats except for the one you've modified with whatever move you're doing. So Swords Dance, our attack stat stayed high. Move right on to rival number 6 in Silphco. Rival number 6 is going to come out with a Pidgeot. It still has Sand Attack, so we have to worry about that. But it misses, thank goodness. It goes for Wing Attack. And now we're going to go for Body Slam. And hopefully we can just sweep right here. Now we don't have a fire move yet, but we're getting one right now. Flamethrower is the move we're going to have. I was going to add Fire Blast, but Flamethrower is just 100% accurate. It's just a little more reliable, more power points, and now we're just obliterating our rival. Earthquake will one-shot Alakazam, and then Blastoise comes out, and Earthquake will obliterate Blastoise as well. We're only 6 levels higher, so we're doing pretty good right now. And now we got to face our second Giovanni fight, part 2, and Electric Boogaloo. And he comes out, and he's not going to be difficult at all. We don't even have to go for the badge boost. Flamethrower one-shot the Nidorino. It'll one-shot the Kangaskhan. It doesn't one-shot the Rhyhorn. It is resisted a little bit because of its fire. However, we two-shot it. And now Nidoqueen is bulky, so we're going to take 2 shots and knock it out. Beat Giovanni. The second one's pretty easy. We're going to go face Sabrina. Sabrina is a Psychic Gym Leader. And the only thing you have to worry about with Sabrina is her outspeeding you, so Swords Dance will fix that problem. And pretty much any good physical move will obliterate her team. Psychic Pokemon Generation 1 are very frail. The only one that's not, I think Drowsy has a decent special, Drowsy and Hypno. And I think Slowpoke and Slowbro have a decent defense. But we obliterate Sabrina and her whip, and we beat her. And we move right on to the final battle, Revenge of the Giovanni, number 3. And he's our final gym leader, and he's going to come out with a Rhyhorn. We're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of badge boosting. It cannot really hurt us very much. Fury attack's not going to do much. And it cannot hit us with Storm Drill. Stomp doesn't do what it can do. It can actually make you flinch, but it doesn't matter. We're going to obliterate this entire team now. We outspeed now with everything. We have a very high attack stat, so everything should be a one-shot across the board. Rhydon is the final Pokemon. We one-shot very good. We beat Giovanni. We level up level 50. And now we're going to progress right on to the final battle with our rival before the Elite Four. He's going to come out with a Pidgeot as per tradition. And again, this is a free setup. This Pokemon does not have Sand Attack anymore. It actually has Agility. So we're going to have a free setup on this Pokemon. Swords Dance, 1, 2, and 3. And now we should be able to sweep. The only thing we have to worry about is critical hits. So I'm going to pause that real quick. So, got to explain this metric in the game. In the game, whenever you modify your stats, it does boost your stats like attack stat, defense, whatever. When you get a critical hit, it skips over all that stat modification. This is why Slash and Swords Dance don't go well together. It's also why Swords Dance and Razor Leaf don't go well together. Moves that had a high critical hit chance skip over stat modification, so that they don't work well together. It's like oil and water. Okay, they do not mix well together. So that is what is happening here. That's why we did not one-shot the Pidgeot, is because we hit a critical hit rather than just doing the attack with the badge boost. It skipped over all the badge boosts. Still got the knockout 2 hits, but it skipped over that. Flamethrower is a one-shot and you execute, and we're down to 2 Pokemon. Alakazam, Earthquake is a one-shot. Now you're going to see this right here again. Right here again, Earthquake. It's super boosted. Now, don't get me wrong, Blastoise does have great defense. It's actually higher level than us. I didn't realize that till now. But that is why it's not a one-shot, is it skips over all of our stat modifications. However, it just goes for withdrawal, does, and we beat our rival, and we'll go right on to the Elite Four. So we're in the Elite Four, and I'll go over a couple things as we go over the stats of this Pokemon. So Charmeleon, whatever you call it, we're level 59. Our attack is 148, defense is 133, speed is 164, and special is 147. We're a fire flying type. And I'll go over the moveset here in a second, but here's what I want to talk about. So when we get to the Elite Four, we want to buy four full restores. We want to grab our elixirs. We do have the move Mimic in case we need it. So those are the things that we just have in our back pocket that we will probably use some of them, maybe not all of them. Okay, but what we also do is when we get here, we have 11 rare candies. And so I give 8 of them to Charizard right away. The other 3 we will use to make sure we don't level up in battle. So 1 before Agatha, 1 before Lance, and 1 before the champion. To make sure we don't level up in battle, at least as much as possible, prevent it. That's what it's for. Strategy, because when we use Swords Dance, it does modify all of our stats, but as soon as we evolve, as soon as we level up, it undoes all the stat modifications except for the one stat it's supposed to modify, which is our attack stat. So we might have a high special that gets lowered because of that, and a very high speed that can get lowered. So to avoid that chance of losing a battle because of that, we're just going to go ahead and use a rare candy right before we face those battles to prevent us from leveling up in the middle of battle, okay? So that's our stats. Let's go and look at our moveset. We have Flamethrower, Body Slam, Sword Dance, and Earthquake. All of them are going to be super effective against some things. Let's go and dive right into this. The first trainer is, as usual, Lorelei, and she comes out with Ice-type. Ice-type Pokemon, and also coincides with Water-type. So she comes out, we're going to go for a Swords Dance. We're going to up our attack stat. Aurora Beam, don't know why it does that much. We are fire type, but we also are flying type, so that's probably why it's doing so much damage. Earthquake is a one-shot. Cloister will be a one-shot with, no it won't, but it will go for a healing. That's fine, as long as we don't, don't get knocked out. I'm fine with that. Earthquake will be a two-shot on Slowbro. It goes for a withdrawal, so it doesn't do anything to us. Earthquake is a one-shot on the Jinx. The real question is, do we one-shot the Lapras? If we do, great. Even though we got down to 15 health, we still survive. We still move on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno all too much, but Bruno is our next trainer nonetheless. He's going to come out with an Onyx. We're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of badge boost just to be safe, just to make our attack stat high. You never know. You never leave things to chance with these things. It might take another couple extra seconds, but it's worth it to make sure we get this done. So Hitmonlee comes out. It's a knockout. And we go down to the last two Pokemon. Earthquake on the Onyx and Hitmon, was it Machamp? Hitmonchamp, there you go. It's Machamp. We knock him out one go. Very good. We beat Bruno. He's pretty easy. Now, Agatha can be very tricky. You have a thing called the Agatha Lottery, where she can poison you, paralyze you, confuse you, or put you to sleep. So what we're going to do is go for Earthquake right away. We don't need the badge boost on the Gengar. It can put us to sleep. We're going to go for Swords Dance on the Golbat. Modify our stats against the one that can probably do the least amount of damage to us. Flamethrower is not a one-shot, but it will be a two-shot and knock it out. Very good. It means we have 3 Pokemon left. Haunter will go down to an Earthquake. Very good. And Arbok should also go down to an Earthquake if we hit. Very good. And in the last Pokemon, Gengar cannot put us to sleep anymore, but we hit an Earthquake, knock it out. Very good. And now we move right on to Lance. Now Lance can be scary because his first Pokemon is a very trolly Pokemon. It is the Gyarados. It comes out and it's going to go for Hydro Pump every time. So this could be multiple resets here if things don't go our way. So Lance comes out. We're going to go and go for Swords Dance. He misses, thank goodness. He goes for Hydro Pump. He does not get a crit or anything. Body Slam is a one-shot. We have more than just about half of our health. Just over half. And we're going to go and go for a sweep of the Dragonair. Dragonair's a one-shot. Dragonair's a one-shot. And he has 2 Pokemon left. Aerodactyl. Body Slam will be a one... Oh, no, it won't. But it gets paralyzed. Supersonic. Confuses us, but we don't hit ourselves, so we have 1 Pokemon left. We just hit our attack, and we should be just fine, and we should win this battle. We win this battle very good. On the first try, I was very surprised by that. I was very worried about that as well. But we get the win, and now we move right on to the champion. So the champion's going to come out. He's got a new look to him as well. He's going to come out with the Pidgeot. He's going to set up. We're going to go for Swords Dance. 1. He's going to mirror move it. That's fine. 2. Whirlwind does nothing. 3. So we're fully set up. We're full HP. And Fire Blast, Flamethrower does not knock it out. I don't know if it got a critical hit there. I don't know. But we don't knock it out. Body Slam's a one-shot in the Alakazam. Very good. And now here's something you can do strategically if you want to against the Rhydon. If you don't knock it out, it likes to go for Leer and Tail Whip, which will do the badge boost again, so it gets your stats even higher. So it's something strategically you can do if you ever fight this battle on your own and play through your own playthroughs. Flamethrower will one-shot the Executor. Very good. That leaves us with 1 Pokemon left, and that is Blastoise. Earthquake, one-shots it. We don't get a critical. Very good. We get the win over our rival, and now we're just trying to get put in the computer, get our Hall of Fame time. What is it going to be? Go, 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 and level 64. Very nice, and stop. We get this done in 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 23 seconds. For comparison, and this is actually a very good time, Bulbasaur got it done in 1 hour and 14 minutes and some odd seconds. This is 1 hour and 2 minutes and 23 seconds. And I think we honestly could have done a little bit faster. We fought a little bit extra battles just to make sure we had what we needed. But I'm very impressed with this playthrough. So the only question is, who is the best starter in Generation 1? So the next playthrough I do will be Squirtle, and we will figure out who is the best. Is it Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur? I think Bulbasaur has been ruled out. I've made that very clear in my first video that he's not going to be the best, but he's still a good starter nonetheless. I still like Bulbasaur. But in his solo playthrough, he just has a disadvantage. Charizard had a great advantage in this when it came to his moves. He has a great move diversity. Now Squirtle's going to have an advantage because it has a lot more moves early, has a badge boosting move a lot sooner in the game. So we'll see how much better that one does. So tune in next time for the Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise playthrough. And let me know what you think about this playthrough. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know what you think. Feedback's always great. Like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.